Let's jump right into a truly beautiful story today. We're going to unpack a secret pilgrimage, tracking the profound emotional and physical steps of Umrah through the eyes of one family. Think about it. How does packing your bags for a physical destination actually spark an incredible internal transformation? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore in this explainer. To really get to the heart of this journey, we have to look at this incredible realization from Ayan, the older brother in our story. He says, "The one who goes to the house of Allah does not return as the same person." Right off the bat, that tells us we aren't just talking about a family vacation here. This is a profound internal shift. It's a journey of the heart. Section 1. The surprise announcement, the call to the sacred journey. This whole experience kicks off on a rainy evening, which, is a classic symbol of blessings. The dad gathers his kids, Ayan and Hala, and completely bypasses their dreams of going to Disneyland to drop some massive news. They've been called to perform Umrah. So, let's map out this itinerary, because the physical journey is pretty extensive. It starts right there at home with that surprise announcement, then moves straight into the bustling excitement of boarding at Gate 15 for their flight to Jeddah. From there, it takes them into the intense spiritual environment of Makkah, shifts over to the profound peace of Medina, and ultimately brings them back home. We're going to trace every single step. But before things get too deeply spiritual, there's this great moment with little Hala. She's told to make her very first prayer straight from the heart when she sees the kaaba. And her response, "I will ask for Jannah," which means a PS5. I mean, you gotta love it. It brilliantly highlights the pure innocence of kids entering this sacred space with their totally unfiltered worldview. Section 2. Makkah and Tawaf. Heat, light, and devotion. When the family finally arrives in Mecca, the sensory shift is just stark. They step right out of their comfortable travel bubble and hit this intense heat, overwhelming light, and they literally lower their eyes as they wait for that collective, majestic first sight of the Kaaba. The very first ritual they dive into is tawaf. That's the Islamic practice of circumambulating, or basically walking around the Kaaba 7 times. As they walk, there's this continuous rhythmic chanting of labbaik, which means, "Here I am, O Allah, here I am." And right in the middle of these massive, swirling crowds, the parents are praying so deeply for their children to be righteous. Moving on to Section 3, completing the Umrah rituals, footsteps of the prophets. After all the emotional weight of tawaf, the family actually has to keep moving. Umrah really requires some serious physical endurance and active participation in these ancient traditions. It's a highly structured, meticulous process. So they've completed step 1, tawaf. Next, they move right on to sa'i, followed by drinking the holy Zamzam water, and finally getting the customary haircut to signify that the pilgrimage is complete. It's a very intentional step-by-step exercise. Let's zoom in on step 2 for a second, say. This is the act of walking back and forth between the hills of Safa and Marwa. The parents actually use this exact moment to teach the kids the history behind the ritual. They explain that they are walking in the exact footsteps of Hajra, as she desperately searched for water for her baby. The crucial takeaway here is that Hajra wasn't just acting out of sheer panic. Her heart was completely anchored in an unwavering faith that Allah would provide. And that unwavering faith leads them directly to the next step, drinking Zamzam water. This is the miraculous spring that appeared for baby Ismail. For the family, drinking this water is a super vivid sensory experience. The kids notice right away that it tastes uniquely sweet and refreshing. They literally call it a gift from Jannah, with every single sip prompting these really sincere prayers. Okay, so rituals are completed, haircuts are done, and the family heads out to do a little shopping. But suddenly, those bustling crowds become totally overwhelming. "Hello, where are you? I am scared." Little Hala has gotten separated from her parents in this massive sea of people. It's one of those moments of absolute heart-stopping panic. Thankfully, the tension breaks really quickly. Hala is found safe and sound, crying, sure, but totally unharmed. Her mother comforts her and uses the moment to reinforce a vital theme. Even amidst the absolute chaos of millions of people, they truly believe Allah protected her. It's almost like a powerful, real-world test of the exact faith they were just reflecting on during sa'i. Section 4. The Peace of Medina, a City of Tranquility. After the intense physical exertion and the emotional roller coaster of Mecca, the family travels over to Medina, and the atmosphere just completely transforms. The contrast between these two holy cities is honestly incredible. Makkah is energetic, it's majestic, and it's defined by rigorous rituals and bustling crowds. It really demands your physical energy. Medina, on the flip side, is the complete opposite. It's tranquil, calming, and so peaceful. Little Hala even sleepily imagines the city painted in soft pink hues. It's the kind of place where your physical exhaustion just melts into this deep, deep comfort. The absolute center of this tranquility is Masjid-i-Nawawi, the Prophet's Mosque. Now, the mother explains the historical significance, but it's actually Ayan who captures the vibe perfectly. When someone asks him why he's so quiet, he says that here, the heart makes no noise. I mean, what a profound observation for a young boy to make. Just complete inner stillness. And while the kids are finding this quiet comfort, the grandmother, Dottie, experiences a really deep emotional release. During the quiet hours of the pre-dawn prayer, she is found sitting alone, just crying. She explains, "These are tears of joy. I don't know if I will get this calling again." It really anchors the emotional weight of this journey, highlighting that bittersweet reality of time for the elderly. Section 5. A spiritual transformation, returning home changed. Leaving Medina is incredibly difficult for the family, but they do have to return. So let's look at how this journey actually impacts their daily lives once those suitcases are finally unpacked. The return is definitely joyful. They arrive safely, they're greeted by family members with warm hugs and wishes of Umrah Mubarak, but beautifully interwoven with all that joy of being home is this immediate, deep, and very vocal desire to go right back to the holy cities they literally just left. But here is where we see the real, tangible result of this journey. It doesn't show up in grand gestures, but in a really subtle, quiet shift. Shortly after returning, Hala interrupts Ayan's turn while they're playing. Instead of the usual sibling argument, which we all know too well, Ayan simply smiles and says, "It's okay, Hala." He literally gives up his turn without a single trace of anger. When asked why he didn't get mad, Ayan explains, "In Makkah, I prayed for Allah to make me better. Umrah is a change of heart." And wow, this brings us perfectly full circle. The physical steps, the flights, the blistering heat, the walking, the massive crowds, they were merely the vehicle. The actual destination was this exact moment right here, a softened, truly transformed heart. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought to chew on. How will your own heart change when you embark on a sacred journey? Whether it's a physical pilgrimage across the globe or an internal journey of self-reflection right where you are, what are you doing today to make sure you don't return as the exact same person? Thank you so much for joining me to explore this beautiful story. Keep seeking those moments that transform you.